explain myself. So my name is Saurabh Palekar and I am a biology faculty. And since we have been going through the previous physics and chemistry sessions in the previous videos, okay, so today will be the biology first video, okay, and today I am going to deal with a new chapter, that is nothing but how do organisms reproduce. So it is the 8th chapter of class 10, okay. So let us understand what the meaning of this topic is, okay, what the meaning of this chapter is, okay. So something with respect to, if it is a reproduce, okay, it is something to do with a term called as reproduction, okay. So before we go to this concept, okay, you should always, so whenever you go to any chapter, okay, you should understand why that, what is the meaning, okay. You should ask 3 questions: what, why and how, okay. So what do you mean by reproduction, okay, why is it necessary, and how it is been, how the process has been going on, okay, how the phenomena or how the principles or how the action, what exactly is going to be taking place, okay. So that everything you will be studying in this concept, okay. And simultaneously, apart from all these 3, you will also see what are the different types of reproduction you will be carrying out, okay. Now before we go to this term, okay, you just imagine in nature you will see that any organism, in order to come to this earth, okay, in order to come to this existence, they have to undergo the process of, first is the birth, okay, and eventually they will come to a point, okay, after what can I say, after sustaining this life, okay, they are going to end, okay, they are going to die. So that will be considered as a death, okay. And in between, whatever the period of time they are going to spend in between, okay, living, okay, that will be considered as the life span, okay. So what do you mean by lifespan? It is a time duration or a period between the birth and a death. Is it clear? Now what are the different phases you are going to observe in lifespan, okay. Under this lifespan you are going to see 4 phases, okay. You are going to see the following phases. First, no doubt you have seen, you know the term as birth, okay. Once the organism is born, okay, you can take an example of human, okay. Once that child is been born, okay, that child will continue to grow to a certain extent, okay. So that stage, okay, which it will be growing, okay, it is considered as a juvenile stage, or also called as childhood stage. Clear? Once this is done, okay, this phase, after overcoming, it will enter into the next phase, okay, that will be considered as a reproductive phase, okay. Once this reproductive phase is over, okay, so reproductive phase is a one wherein the organism is going to reproduce itself, okay, forming a copies, okay. Next, after reproductive phase, it is going to enter into the senescence phase, or also it is called as the old age phase. Is it clear? Once this is done, it enters into the last phase of its life, that is a death, okay, after which it is not going to continue its life. Is it clear? So these are the different phases of the lifespan, okay. So we are concerned with this phase, okay, that is a reproductive phase. Now whenever you see the organism, they are not going to exhibit the process of reproduction in the juvenile phase. So in childhood stage or the juvenile stage, it is just a developmental stage wherein the organism grows in its volume or in its size, okay. So it is just a growth of that organism, and then it is going to enter into the reproductive stage. Now before studying with respect to reproductive stage, we should understand what the reproduction means, okay. So the reproduction is nothing but the process of forming a copies of themselves, okay. That means what? The new organism, okay, so the living organism, okay, produces copies of themselves. Okay, so the copies which has been produced, they are not completely, they may be completely similar, or they may be completely dissimilar. Okay, so this is what the definition of reproduction will be. Okay, or this statement can be much more phrased in a better way as it is a process of formation of new individuals or offsprings. Okay, it is called as a reproduction. Understood? Now, in this reproduction, okay, so you have understood the definition of reproduction now, but why is it necessary? Okay, so reproduction is not that necessary. Like if you went through the process of life, what you say, life processes, if you observe, like respiration, the digestion or excretion. Okay, so you may to some point of extent, okay, you will see that reproduction is not that important, like how we respire or how digestion process or how the excretion process is going to take place in our body, right? But it has its own meaning and it has its own necessity. So let us find what is its necessity. Okay. Why is it necessary? Okay, so here first point is it helps in maintenance species in nature. Okay, second one is, okay, in nature for many years. Okay, you can consider it as generation after generations. Okay, second one is a concept called as the inheritance. Okay, and third point will be the variation. Okay, so now what do you mean by the maintains the species in nature for many years? Okay, so you see in the nature what is going to happen if there is one generation of species, okay, and if that generation of species do not reproduce, okay, so in due course of time, in due course of years, okay, so it will not find its next generation, so that species may get extinct from this existence. So reproduction is one of the important necessity of life. Okay, next, second one is inheritance. Okay, now if you observe any child, a newly born child, that child is going to have some characters which are similar to its parents, that is its towards its mother and father. Okay, so now what is going to happen? What do you mean by inheritance? So there are some characters which are transmitted from one generation to another. Okay, so this transmission of characters, certain characters from one generation to next generation, that is from parents to the offsprings, it will be considered as inheritance. Is it clear? And next one is, if you observe, so if you observe the next generation actually, okay, you will no doubt you will see certain characters of parents into the children's, but you will not see that child to be a Xerox copy or a carbon copy of its parents. Okay, so this is what will be considered as a variation. Okay, so variation is nothing but a changes observed in next generation. Okay, it is considered to be a variation. Now this variation which is there, it is a very advantageous in due course of evolution. Okay, so if the organism undergoes a variation for successive years amount of time, okay, like for many years, okay, it may lead into formation of a new species. Is it clear? So a new species will be formed. Okay, so that is what a necessity of reproduction is. Okay, now moving on to the further concept. What are the types of reproduction? Okay, the next concept will be the types of reproduction. Okay, under this reproduction type, okay, what will be happening here? So reproduction mainly occurs by two methods. Okay, so let us write here as types. So reproduction will be of two types. One will be asexual method and another will be sexual method. Okay, under this asexual method there are various steps or stages. Okay, so what exactly before we go to those different types of asexual type, exactly what exactly the asexual means. Okay, so here asexual refers to, it is a mode of reproduction having only one species. Is it clear? So only one parent is been involved here. Okay, and the mode of reproduction here, it is very fast. Is it clear? So it is a faster mode of reproduction. Clear? On the other hand, if you observe the sexual method, okay, so here you are going to observe that there are two parents involved. Okay, so out of which one will be male and another will be female. Is it clear? Now the mode of reproduction here is, it is slower. Okay, slower mode of reproduction. Is it clear? Now looking at the further characteristics. Okay, so here the offsprings which are going to be formed, okay, that is the offsprings which are going to be formed, they are similar to each other. Okay, but here the offsprings which are present, okay, they are different from each other. Okay, so they are different from each other. Is it clear? So these will be the most important differences among the types. Is it clear? Amongst the asexual characteristics of asexual and the sexual reproduction. So now under the asexual methods we are going to find the different types. Okay, there are different modes of asexual reproduction. Okay, so moving on to the first mode of asexual reproduction. Okay, it will be called as a fission. Okay, so fission is something with respect to splitting. Okay, that means if there is a one mother cell, then one mother cell will split into two different parts. Okay, so that will be considered as fission. Okay, so the further definition and examples will be studying very soon. So under this fission you are going to study a binary fission and one more is multiple fission. Okay, next concept is regeneration. Okay, wherein an organism which is there, it is going to break itself into many pieces. Okay, so imagine if that organism has been broken down, like you can take an example of a starfish. If that organism is broken down into 2 pieces, that each piece is going to develop, it is going to grow, and the 2 pieces which has been which has been cut, it is develops and it develops into a complete new organism. Okay, so that will be considered as a regeneration. Third one, okay, is called as a fragmentation. Okay, wherein already you can take an example of Spirogyra. Okay, wherein it will be a filamentous form, and if some mechanical pressure is being created on it, okay, it breaks and each fragment will develop and lead its individual life. So that will be considered as a fragmentation. Okay, the fourth will be spore formation. Okay, so here spores are nothing but some asexual unicellular structures which will be produced within the organisms. Okay, and that will be helpful in dispersing those spores and developing into a new organism. So we will study this everything in much detail. Lastly, second is the vegetative reproduction. Okay, so vegetative reproduction is something you will be seeing in plants, wherein a part of a plant, when you cut it and when you sow it in a soil, that individual part it is going to grow into a new plant. Okay, so that will be a vegetative reproduction. And lastly is budding. Okay, this is something you will be seeing in Hydra organism or the yeast. Okay, so the yeast which will be used for making breads and all. Okay, so yeast which is there, that entire yeast, it starts producing some bud, some outgrowth is going to be produced, and that outgrowth which is there, it will get detached and it leads its individual life. So that will be concept called as budding. Okay, now under the sexual method which is there, you are going to study the sexual methods in plants and animals separately. Okay, so in plants and animals you are going to study the different which are the different sexual organs are present and how the mechanism is going to take place and how the gamete formation is going to be taking place. Okay, so basically the sexual method refers to, it is a fusion of gametes. Okay, that means a male and female gamete which is there, it is going to be fused, okay, by the process called as fertilization. Okay, and how that fertilization actually occurs, in what mechanism is going to play key role in this. Okay, so everything you will be studying in the further classes. Is it clear? Students, if you like my video, you can just share it, like it, and as well as you can please subscribe it. And if you have any doubts, you can just put it in a comment section and you can clarify your doubts as well. Okay, and for this further session, further concepts, we will discuss it in a next video. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.